Alright guys, we are back for another Gekishin Squadra video. So today, Season 1 has begun and we are going to rank every single character again. Now, we're gonna try and do this for every single season. And as of now, we can definitely start ranking a lot of the characters. So let's actually jump into this straight away. Alright, so we're gonna try and keep it simple. So we do have Z tier. We're actually gonna switch this up real quick. 1 second. All right, so let's start with we're actually gonna only rank the characters currently in 4 ranks. Now, unranked is currently for 2 characters. We're actually going to place them there right away, which is going to be Topo and Gotenks, since these 2 aren't out yet, right? So Season 1 has been released, but we only have Goku Super Saiyan 3. So we can't really rank them because we don't really know how they play, right? They may be good, they may be not as good. I think we'll see once these characters are actually released, right? So yeah, let's get them out of the way. All right, so let's actually start with C tier. Now, no, first things first, right? Tier lists are not for everyone, right? A lot of people may disagree, they may agree. So keep it respectful, right? We're just going to fly over these categorizations. This is all based on my opinion as well, because I played every single character. I have been to A1 rank in the previous season. So overall, right, looking at these characters from my perspective, right? So starting off with C tier, I think I'm gonna throw Piccolo in there first. I know Piccolo may be good for some. I personally feel like Piccolo is currently the worst damage or the worst character in the entire game, actually. I don't really think they really thought through his kit. Now, Piccolo can be good in some instances if you're, for example, very good with him. He has a lot of range going for him, so definitely one of those things which may be good for others, right? By my opinion, Piccolo, yeah, he just doesn't cut it, right, above the others, right? So we're going to start off with the bottom of the bottom is going to be Piccolo, unfortunately, right? So C tier isn't going to feature a lot of characters, right? If we're going for C tier, I think we may have to throw Bojack in there as well. I know a lot of people may see him in B tier. I actually want to see him in C tier. He's not very, if you look in the usage of characters, Bojack is not one of those units if you compare him to other damage type characters who will be able to one-shot entire teams, right? Now, obviously, depending on where you're at the stage of a game, right, of a match, then Bojack can be very, very busted, but he has a very specific kit as well. So ranking Bojack higher as of now, maybe not. If he receives some more buffs in future, we can actually re-evaluate Bojack again, right? So let's carry on. That's actually C tier. Now, I was actually inclined to place what's his name? Goku Mini in the C tier. However, I feel like he has received some buffs this season, right? He did get a good amount of buff to his rush attack damage, right? He's doing 41% damage now more instead of 33. So Goku Mini is actually pretty good now, in all honesty. Now I know it needs some more testing. I did play a few games with him today, and he feels so much better. The range is also always good on this character as it increases. I still feel like he still lacks a lot of damage, right? Especially since he's supposed to be a damage type character, he lacks a lot of damage, right? Considering his super attack isn't really the best as well. The range is also not very good on that one. So we're just gonna leave him in C tier for now. And with that one, I'm gonna conclude C tier, right? So let's actually get into B tier. All right, starting off with B tier, Gohan. Gohan actually pretty solid. In B tier, definitely where he belongs currently. If his kit improves, maybe in future, maybe a few buffs, he will probably be ranked higher. As of now, definitely one of those good characters. The good thing about Gohan is him just being on the squad buffs the entire team, which is always nice to see. Having said that, Gohan is very difficult to rank higher, right? He has some things good going for him, like for example the ability to stun opponents. However, the stun duration is not very long. The super attack damage is not very high. Hence, even though if he's able to stun an opponent, he's not going to be able to do a lot of damage, right? Obviously, he's not supposed to do damage. His role is to support. Nevertheless, I feel like Gohan currently has to be in B tier, right? Carrying on with B tier, I'm actually gonna throw. Where is he? Where is he? Am I just blind? Where is Boo? Ah, there is. Right, Boo. Now, Boo in B tier. Yeah. I think Boo belongs here. I think Boo, the problem with Boo is, right? He is good in a sense of he's a very good support i.e. healing character, right? He does that very good. Apart from that, damage potential, literally none. I think in terms of him being like a supporting attacker or stuff, very bad actually. But overall, I would definitely rate him very high in the supporting category. If you're looking for a solid healer, he may even make it. If you're just looking for that specific role, then he may even make it to A. I'm gonna leave him B, but he's gonna be on top on B tier, right? So he's gonna be on top, almost A actually. So we're just gonna leave him there, right? But again, I feel like the damage output of Boo is just very negligible. So next up, we're gonna throw Frieza in there. Unfortunately, he didn't make it too high. I know I always say I like Frieza and I like to play with him a lot, but in all honesty, he's not really as broken as, say, for example, someone like 17, all right, like another supporting type character, right? Frieza definitely has his role, right? Very disruptive character. He's not really meant to take over stations, meant to kill opponents. He's more or less meant to disrupt everything, right? He's meant to disrupt your opponents while your team members actually try and overtake stations or towers, whatever you want to call it. He's also there to help defend already your own stations and towers, right, with placing Zarbon and Dodoria in strategical positions. So yeah, definitely one of those characters we want to rank here on B tier, right? So last but not least, I think we're gonna have to do it. We have to throw Baby in here. Now, Baby is good, right? No doubt about that. Baby is not bad. The thing about Baby, in terms of defensive capabilities, he's a lot behind the other defensive units, right? Like, for example, the immortality sort of thing going for Zamasu, the brokenness of Cooler, right? Cauliflower with her damage potential and high defensive capabilities, transforming capabilities, right? Very, very difficult to compete with those kind of units. So I feel like Baby is a bit underrated currently. Maybe they're going to buff him in future, but as of now, we're just going to leave him there. All right, and with that, we're actually done with B tier. Now we're actually going with A tier and Z tier. I feel like there should be a tier class in between that, like maybe S tier. But I don't want to really overdo it, right? So I think these 4 tiers are currently good enough. I mean, if we get more characters, we can actually broaden this out. But as of now, we're just going to place the most broken characters currently in Z tier anyways, right? So let's actually carry on. Starting off with A tier, I think it's safe to say 17 and 18, both of them pretty broken. Pretty good character. 17, awesome support. 18 has huge damage potential. Like she's literally able to melt your opponent's HP bar. The problem with 18 is she's a single target DPS, right? That is the biggest drawback to her. She doesn't have the high damage potential, like, for example, a Goku who is able to wipe out entire squads. She's definitely very good if you're managing to outplay your opponent, right? But if that's not the case, it's going to be tough sometimes for her 18. But definitely placing 18 on A tier, she's definitely up there currently. Then let's go over to Trunks. Trunks pretty broken. Currently pretty good, very high damage capabilities, also able to do entire squad wipes if you are timing it right. He can be a bit more difficult to play with for some people. His kit does have some drawbacks to it. However, he's more designed to be like a hunting down character. He's very good at finishing off already damaged opponents, right? In terms of finishing them off, basically, right? All right, next up, where is he? Am I looking at Zamasu? There he is. So Zamasu is coming into A tier. I think Zamasu has gained a lot of how can I say, a lot of good moments, right? I've played a lot with Zamasu lately in the previous season and managed to get so many MVPs. I mean, Zamasu, the good thing is he can move while attacking. He will inflict basically immunity to all. He has like a thing going for him that wherever his HP goes to 0, he basically regenerates, so he becomes for a short moment unkillable. Zamasu is pretty broken, and I feel like Zamasu may get a few buffs in future. I do hope we actually get to see Goku Rose or Goku Black as well, maybe as a damaging type character, so maybe these two can complement each other. I don't really know, but maybe that's something going on for the future. But yeah, as of now, Zamasu A tier, right? So let's carry on. Where is he? The Gammas. The Gammas gotta be A tier. Very good character. Now the thing is with the Gammas is you're always having a chance to survive a damage, a one hit from your opponent, right? Because of the switching ability, switching between the two Gammas, right? So that's one huge thing going for them. They can be very nasty depending on how you're playing them, right? So overall, ranking them in A tier is definitely the way to go as of now. In terms of tanks, we're just gonna throw 2 tanks in here, right? Vegeta and Frieza, and Cell, sorry, Frieza. So these two are actually currently, in my opinion, belonging into A tier, right? Cell arguably can be Z tier. I feel like he is very good, right? But he's not as easy to play, right? So the rankings are also made based on obviously how easy or how fluently a character is to be played, right? So in comparison to somebody like Cooler, who's definitely in Z tier, right? Cell falls a bit short. Same thing with Vegeta, right? I would even say these two are very equal, right? I've had so many crazy games with Vegeta. Vegeta is just broken, yeah, I've got to say that. But on the other hand, he does lack a bit of the special extra kind of thing, you know, like the thing which Cooler has but he hasn't. I know we're taken as comparison always Cooler, but he is just the broken Z tier top-notch tank character currently, right? Same thing Cauliflower just pretty broken, busted. Right, and then last but not least, we're actually gonna throw Krillin in A tier. Now, I know previously I ranked him very low, right? I did a lot of games with Krillin. I mean, I'm talking probably 100 games just purely with Krillin. I played so much the previous season. The thing with Krillin is how can I say? Very special to play. If you're playing Krillin right, you can literally eradicate your opponents, right? Not necessarily one-shotting them, but you're disrupting them so much, making them miss their attacks, making them fall into traps, being able to finish them off alongside your DPS, right? So Krillin has definitely risen above a lot of these other characters, and I feel like Krillin may even get better in future if he gets a few more buffs. But as of now, I'm ranking him on A tier, and then there is a difficult one, right? I don't really know if I want to rank Hit on A tier or Z tier. I feel like Hit belongs to Z tier because he's just busted. I do feel like he has a few shortcomings, but I'm gonna rank him on A tier for now. Top of A tier is going to be Hit. Hit is probably one of the best supports currently in the game as of now. Definitely one of those characters you want to always keep an eye out for, especially if you have an opponent, right, who knows how to play with Hit. It's going to get very, very tough with that one around. All right, then last but not least, we're beginning with Z tier, beginning with Oop. Now, I'm going with Oop. Oop is just bro, let me say this. Oop is broken. The amount of games I've had with Oop where I had 10 plus kills, like I can count them on both my hands, right? That is just crazy how good Oop is, right? The thing with Oop is he's not as easy to play as, say, for example, somebody like the normal Super Saiyan Goku, right? Super Saiyan Goku obviously belongs to Z tier, right? Nevertheless, Oop is definitely one of those characters you want to keep an eye out for. If you're looking for a fun new character to play with and you haven't tried Oop, then he's the way to go. And if we're going to be talking about DPS, Dabura definitely belongs in Z tier. The petrification is just too much. It's just too much. I don't think they're gonna keep him without nerfing him, right? I think they're gonna nerf the petrification, because the thing with Dabura is he has a petrification gauge going for him, right? The more he attacks with his special attacks and so forth, right? This gauge is going up, and if he then attacks with his rush attack, the rush attack will change to a petrification activation sort of. Once the opponent's petrified, it's pretty much over. Like, it's pretty much over. The opponent is not able to move. He will take a lot more damage. 9 out of 10 times, if you petrify an opponent and there is no other opponents around you to interrupt you, you will defeat them. And that's why Dabura is just, yeah, how can I say, pretty broken. Caulifla, Z tier, definitely up there. In terms of damage capabilities, I don't think we have to say much more. Caulifla is just currently one of the best tanks in the game. And if we're talking about tanks, then we gotta throw our main final boss, Cooler, in there. Now, Cooler, the most fan favorite tank currently in the game. He does so much damage while also taking so much damage and being able to survive damage. He has a cool, interesting attack, right? Where he basically rushes forward, slams the opponent into the ground, and that attack alone, especially every time somebody tries to run off, you're just using that with Cooler and it's over. Like, there is no way they are leaving alive, right? And that's the crazy thing about Cooler. So Cooler definitely made it up to Z tier. Then we do have Kale, right? We want to throw Kale in there. Let's go just below Dabura. Just above Oop, but below Dabura. I feel like Kale is pretty insane. Once she transforms, she can take so much damage, right? And can dish out so much damage. That's all I need to say. Kale is one of those characters you definitely want to keep an eye out. When there is an opponent who knows how to play Kale, it's pretty much getting very difficult to actually keep up with that one. Last but not least, we're going with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I gotta say, I played today, I think 13 games in total with Goku, and I've won 11 of them. So 11 games, crazy gameplays, 5 MVPs back to back with Goku. Yeah, what can I say? Goku into the new Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the thing going for him, right? He has the range. I know previously people were saying Piccolo has the highest range in the game. Super Saiyan 3 Goku with his Kamehameha, with his Super Kamehameha, has the highest range. If he fully charges it, you're damaging opponents who are literally a mile away, right? The amount of kills I've scored because the opponent thought themselves safe, and I literally just threw one of those huge charged up Kamehamehas at them. They actually died. It's crazy how good Goku is currently. The thing going for Goku, he has a teleportation skill. Say, for example, you die, right? If you're respawning, you're literally just able to teleport to your opponent or to your teammate, depending where they are on the map. You're just instantly there. And if you then immediately use a Kamehameha wave, you're actually doing a fully charged one. I mean, I'm lost for words. Goku is just, they made him so good. The thing is though, right? I don't really want to say this Goku is worse than him. Both of these are pretty much even. Yeah, I'm gonna go as far as saying they are pretty much even. Both of them have their strengths. Like this Goku, for example, Kaioken buff, and then Spirit Bomb destroying everything and everyone, right? Pretty broken. He's literally 2-tapping most enemies, right? If you're playing him, right? This Goku Super Saiyan 3 is also able to literally 1-tap specific in specific situations opponents. Like if they're running away, you're pushing, you're throwing a fully charged Kamehameha wave at them, it's over, right? It's literally over. And yeah, that's why I'm placing him currently at Z tier. Let's actually, you know what, because some people may think why you're placing him above him, let's actually do it like this. Both of them are pretty much same. But yeah, in terms of rankings, that's pretty much it from my side. Again, Topo and Gotenks, we're going to be able to rank them once they're actually released and we actually know how they play like. But as of now, I do hope this video is helpful to some of y'all out there looking for a directive, which characters to play with. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching my video. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.